Thank you all for joining us. We are here very quickly to share the work of the last 4 or 5 days, maybe a bit more, that we started in Brno with this hackathon on the smart citizen, bringing meshtastic to it. So we want to tell you a bit more what this is about, what we did, and especially would like that you can follow us on the journey because we are opening this for contributions, and the meshtastic community is a very active one. So let us explain you a bit what this is about. Before we go, Oscar Gonzalez from FAB Lab Barcelona and myself, Guillem Camprodon, also from FAB Lab Barcelona here. So, well, first of all, what this Smart Citizen thing is about. So this is a project that we started at the lab in the year 2012. We're kind of asking ourselves what the smart city is, and we said, let's build one. So we started by building our own, wait, doesn't work. Okay, yeah, now it works. I think I'm going to get closer, maybe. Yeah, right, that's it. So we started very quickly by developing open hardware that would allow anyone to measure environmental data, such as noise, temperature. Step by step, after failing a lot, we moved more to air quality, integrating kind of sensors, so getting a bit better. But also, we started to develop a platform in the year 2013 for actually visualizing this data, an open source one that people can host on their servers. Nowadays, there's many things like that. It was very unique at the time, and still, it's used by many people. But as well, over the years, we discovered that you could make great hardware, you can make great software, but actually, what makes people to engage is creating a strong communities. And for that, it's not only about having something that works well, but you need something that people cares about. So we also develop a lot of work and also methodologies. You could find open source about how you bring people closer to the idea of taking measurements about the environment. Well, like over all these years, more than 10 years, we did tons of versions of hardware. That's the one that we are at the moment selling with Sid Studio on partnership with them. So very happy about that. But this technology always had an issue, which is that we're talking a lot, about sensors, and we are very happy nowadays. You could plug these to tons of Sensirion sensors, Atlas scientific sensors. You can go from air to water. You could measure very different things with it. But the big issue has been always connectivity, because it doesn't make sense, to talk about a very distributed approach to collecting data, one that is more decentralized than the current smart cities model, which is very top-down, as we all know. And at the end of the day, it's very, very restricted to connecting to your home Wi-Fi, pushing data to a centralized platform. So over all these years, we've been thinking, okay, how we can make this more distributed, how we can actually, rely in ways of communicating these devices, which is not only using your home Wi-Fi. How we could start this as a journey to truly not only distribute the hardware, but distribute more the software infrastructure that runs that. And so we decided to partner with Meshtastic to actually bring Meshtastic into this type of devices. And we've been on a journey for about, since Saturday actually, that we started the hackathon on doing so, and we are here to present you the results. How many of you know what Meshtastic is? Right, so there's no need to explain what Meshtastic is about. Oh, great. So maybe, Oscar, you can go and explain what meshtastic is about.
So, can you hear me okay? Yeah? Okay. So, Meshtastic is a decentralized off-grid communication protocol. So basically, you have devices that are able to talk LoRa. So the communication between devices can happen over long range with radio. Different areas of the world have different frequencies, but still, for instance, in Europe, we run on 868 megahertz. And devices among themselves can then communicate among themselves, sending messages via this protocol. But then at some point, you can have a phone or you can have your computer and then connect to that network via Bluetooth or via local networks through Wi-Fi, and then perform what we would call an uplink, which means that we're sending data that could be captured or generated within the network up to the internet. This is used as a way for communicating with people, for instance, for text messaging. but that doesn't rely on any internet service provider. You don't have a SIM card. You don't have any infrastructure that is relying on a big company, but rather you have devices that generate the network themselves. And that's quite powerful as both a technology, but as a statement. And we said, okay, what if instead of sending only messages, we also collect environmental data? And those devices could also have environmental sensors on them, and they could generate their own network and then send data over to Smart Citizen. No? And this is what we did. So if we go to next, then we said, okay, we have no clue about how we can do this by ourselves. We're not expert in meshtastic. Meshtastic is very big. They have a lot of experience. So we said, okay, us from the Fab Lab, we know SID Studio, they manufacture our hardware. We know very well Hackster together here with us as well. And we said, okay, let's put together a hackathon. Let's go to FAB25 and do it and engage with some people. And let's bring some other partners in. So we managed to get meshtastic on board. The core team of developers in meshtastic is interested. So we are doing a hackathon that is bringing contributions over to them as well. We got Sensirion as a sensor manufacturer, and also the University of Glasgow with us is Shilong over here, which is helping us develop some firmware as well. So we had this very ambitious timeline. So we started working back in June. We came here to FAB25. We are running a Hackster challenge with worldwide contributors, and we have finished already some work here at FAB25. But after that, we want to do much more work and contribute and keep going with development, but also not only the firmware contributions, but also in terms of hardware. This week, what we did was we spent the whole time in Brno doing a hackathon. So I'll show you some pictures, but we had people doing hardcore development in C++. Some other people were back in Barcelona ingesting the data. We had friends collecting or making 3D printed boxes, going out and seeing how other people measure. And then now in Prague, you will see that we have some sensors set out on the venue that are now building their own mesh network, collecting data as we speak. Okay? And I have actually one of them in my pocket right now. So what we wanted to do is, let's say, take existing hardware, modify it, add some code in the firmware, and make it collect environmental data. So we now have that achieved. And then also send pull requests and contributions over to meshtastic. So we had these areas of work. So we have the hardware, the 3D design, and then our data platform. And if we go to the next slide, here is just a run-through of what we achieved. No? So we spent quite intense time back in Brno. We have some 3D design in Blender. We have some 3D printed materials thanks to the printers. We have an interesting one from someone that did a small duck. Emilio and other colleagues that put even integrated the electronics inside of it. And we had people struggling with devices. We did quite a bit of coding. We suffered on the configuration together with colleagues from SID. We have opened a lot of issues on GitHub, so if you want to contribute, feel free to join and start coding and engaging with us. So there's a whole lot of work. Some people were very happy because they managed to 3D print stuff. Even on the maker train, we got some fun stuff going on in the maker train. Go one back, just 1 second. Oh. That one, we were sending messages over on the maker train as we were collecting data, and over here with Hackster people. Now in Prague is where we are. So if you go to the photos to these places, you will see devices that are deployed right now. And if you want to also look at the data is actually making it online, so anyone can access it and you can check what we are collecting. So if you want to check the data, you can go to that QR, and that goes to the Smart Citizen platform. And we actually achieved collecting data with meshtastic-capable devices. And not only that, we did integrate 3 new sensors, 3 more are coming. We sent 3 pull requests, and they are merged. We have 4 more pull requests that are being reviewed, and we have devices deployed over here. Here you will see also how the data looks like as soon as you go in. And then just wanted to show you a way for you to, can you pass? That's what you got in. And we are not anymore only communicating via Wi-Fi, so we are now actually doing with meshtastic. And so that is super cool. And very last thing is that this doesn't, there should be, keep going. Another one. Just the animations sometimes bring problems, but if you want to engage and work with us, we have a Discord channel that we communicate. We have the firmware over there in case you want to contribute as well. And if you would rather not code, but rather do 3D design, and you like 3D modeling, we also have enclosures and boxes and duck and many other things are there. And we have a friend that knows a lot about Blender, but we also know Flickr and many other things. So if you want to contribute, feel free to join. Okay?
So thank you very much, and join us for more meshtastic. Thanks for coming.
Thank you so much.